I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deductions and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on, I ain't see I.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because
be untouchable. Be the best ever. That was Floyd Mayweather's motto, and for years, he lived up to it. 50 wins, 0 losses, billions of dollars earned, and a global brand built on perfection. For 2 decades, he wasn't just a boxer. He was the boxer. The man everyone chased but could never catch. But fast forward to today, and things don't look as perfect as they once did. The empire that Mayweather built brick by brick now shows cracks everywhere you look. From tax scandals that won't go away, to fighters claiming they were never paid, to shady crypto promotions that left fans feeling scammed, it's a pattern that keeps growing. And just when you thought it couldn't get more bizarre, here comes a flashy $42 million Manhattan real estate deal that, according to reports, may not even exist. Suddenly, the undefeated king of boxing looks less like a legend sitting on top of the world and more like a man chasing shadows, desperately trying to hold onto the image of greatness. And now, with his upcoming fight against Mike Tyson, the whole thing feels different. It doesn't feel like another fun exhibition for the fans. It feels like one last grab for millions before the curtain finally drops on Mayweather's story. Let's rewind a little. Earlier this year, Floyd made headlines not for a fight, not for a sponsorship, but for what he called the biggest deal of his life. He announced a massive $42 million real estate move in Manhattan, 62 apartment buildings packed with rent-regulated units. It was supposed to prove that Mayweather wasn't just a fighter anymore. He was a mogul, a businessman, someone whose empire extended far beyond the boxing ring.
Into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
But here's where the story starts to fall apart. When reporters went digging, they found something shocking. Property records showed that nothing had ever changed hands. Not a single one of those Manhattan buildings Floyd bragged about owning was listed under his name. And this isn't just speculation. Business Insider confirmed the same thing. According to their investigation, none of the properties Floyd claimed to have purchased belonged to him. Even more telling, the nonprofit group connected to those buildings, the NYC Housing Partnership, revealed that they hadn't been contacted about any sale at all. No paperwork, no notice, no proof of a deal. It's almost as if the entire $42 million announcement was smoke and mirrors, a headline designed to make Floyd look bigger than he really is.
Even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle the score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Do you have experience?
I have experience with them.
Okay.
And it gets even worse. When people started pressing for proof of this so-called $42 million deal, Mayweather's own team couldn't even keep their story straight. Reporters reached out for clarification, and instead of providing documents or contracts, his real estate firm introduced someone who claimed to be James McNair, one of Floyd's longtime business partners. But here's the twist. The man's voice didn't even sound like McNair. Anyone who had heard the real James McNair speak could tell immediately that something was off. It was like watching a poorly scripted cover-up play out in real time, and it raised even more questions about what was really going on behind the scenes.
It's crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
But
at this point, the whole thing reeks of smoke and mirrors. Was the $42 million real estate deal ever real? Or was it just another Mayweather PR stunt? A flashy headline to make the world believe he's wealthier and more powerful than he actually is? Either way, it's a terrible look for a man who built his entire brand on money, on the image of untouchable wealth. The shine that once made him Money Mayweather is starting to fade, and people are beginning to notice. And yet, Floyd still tries to remind the world that he's untouchable in the fight game. In interviews, he brushes off questions about making a real comeback. He says, "People keep asking me, why not return to boxing? Why not fight again?" And then he answers it himself. He looks at the current fight game and laughs. Top fighters are pulling in $3 million for $1 million, maybe $6 or $7 million a fight. A handful of stars might hit $10 or $20 million. But Floyd? He brags that he doesn't even need to risk it all in a real fight. Instead, he claims he's making $20 million, $25 million, even $100 million just from doing easy exhibitions. So why step back into the danger of a true fight for a guaranteed $35 million when he can make far more by sparring for fun? But here's the catch. This isn't the same Floyd Mayweather we once knew. The logic might sound smart on paper, but the more he says it, the more it feels like a man trying to convince the world, and maybe even himself, that his empire is still as solid as it used to be.
How does that guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen, he apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read
that's BS.
Something.
That is BS.
They said something
Time
like
out.
that.
He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
How long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds?
Listen,
you know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather-McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay-per-view.
And this wasn't just a one-time slip. Floyd Mayweather has faced multiple tax liens over the years, and every time it's the same story. A flashy lifestyle, questionable accounting, and then a sudden scramble for quick cash to make things right. That's why when people hear about this upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, they can't help but look at it sideways. Is Floyd really stepping back into the spotlight just for fun? Or is this another desperate payday to cover the cracks in his empire? And if you think this is new, it's not. Just look back at the Logan Paul mess. In 2021, Floyd fought YouTuber-turned-boxer Logan Paul in what was billed as a massive exhibition. The fight itself was more circus than competition, 8 rounds of clinching, showboating, and hype. But the real drama came after the final bell. Logan Paul went public, claiming that Floyd never paid him in full for the fight. Clips of Logan surfaced everywhere. Interviewers asked him if Floyd had really paid him, or even if he was paid to lose. Logan's response was blunt. No, he didn't pay me to lose. He didn't pay me at all. He even doubled down, saying, I think I won that fight. He couldn't even knock out a YouTuber in 8 rounds. But the punchline wasn't about who won or lost. It was about money. Logan looked straight into the camera and sent a message. Floyd's my guy, he's cool, but tell him to pay me, bro. When pressed on the amount, Logan revealed Floyd owed him somewhere between $2 and $3 million. For months, Logan kept the pressure on, going public again and again, threatening lawsuits, roasting Floyd in interviews, and dragging the story out until it became bigger than the fight itself. What should have been just another easy money exhibition for Floyd ended up turning into a PR nightmare, with fans wondering if Mayweather's so-called money machine was running out of fuel.
Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened to that?
no, he didn't pay me
him at all.
He didn't pay me. I think I won that fight. I think I won. He didn't knock out a YouTuber in 8 rounds.
Floyd's my homie. He's a cool dude.
Fucking tell him to pay me, bro.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Logan didn't just let it slide, either. He went on podcasts and interviews, doubling down on his clay. MS. Over and over, he said the same thing. Floyd owes me money. Pay me, Floyd. He explained that the real problem wasn't just the fight, it was how the business was handled. Instead of working with a professional promotional company that could properly track the money, they let Mayweather and his team take control of the finances. Logan admitted it was a mistake, saying they basically trusted Floyd because of his name, but after the fight, they felt like they got burned. He even went as far as calling Floyd a scumbag, warning future fighters not to make the same mistake. When asked if he'd ever fight Floyd again, Logan shut it down immediately. He said Mayweather actually reached out to him about a possible rematch, maybe even a double or nothing fight, but Logan's response was sharp. I already got nothing. It was a stinging reminder that, in his eyes, the money he was owed never showed up. Still, Logan admitted the experience was fun. He said he enjoyed stepping into the ring and the spectacle of it all, but he made one thing very clear. He and his brother would never handle business the same way again. The Mayweather fight taught him a lesson, and he wanted to make sure everyone else heard it too. Don't trust Floyd to control the money.
Go through this with Mayweather?
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's honestly bullshit. Like having people who aren't a professional promotional company control where the money goes is like, we made that mistake. But, you know, it's Floyd Mayweather, so before we fought him, we kind of were willing to do whatever, and now after the fact, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Because he's a scumbag. But now that we know that, and everyone else who fights Floyd should know that, like, don't let him control the money.
Would you ever fight him again under any circumstances?
No, he wanted to. He reached out.
Yeah.
But, like,
no?
Yes.
What about double or nothing?
Yeah. Double or nothing. Yeah, I already got nothing, bro. So.
So was fun though?
Yeah, of course.
So you're gonna change the way you do business when it comes to boxing now?
Yeah. Me and my brother.
Thank you.
Sure, of course, yeah. I gotta go, but.
Thank you so much.
You had fun doing it though?
Oh yeah.
I think we're done,
Most fun of my life, dude.
Thank you so much.
If you're not paying fighters and you're getting called out by influencers, your legacy starts taking hits outside the ring. And that's exactly what's been happening to Mayweather. It's no longer just about boxing. His name keeps popping up in controversies that make him look less like a financial genius and more like someone scrambling to stay relevant. And then there's the crypto mess. Floyd's name has been tied to multiple shady cryptocurrency projects, from Centratech to Ethereum Max, and nearly every single one of them ended badly. Fans lost money, lawsuits followed, and Mayweather's reputation took another blow. The SEC even stepped in, fining him for failing to disclose that he was paid to promote certain coins. In plain English, Floyd was hyping up crypto projects, making them sound legit, while secretly taking large payments behind the scenes. When the projects collapsed, fans who trusted him were left holding the bag. One example stands out. Floyd once posted on Instagram with a Centratech debit card, pretending to use it to buy something with Bitcoin in a store. It looked like a breakthrough product. The problem? The card didn't actually work. It was all a show. Later, insiders revealed Floyd had been paid around $1 million just to play along. His manager negotiated the deal, took a cut, handed Floyd a script, and Mayweather simply read the lines. No questions asked. No due diligence. Just another quick payday, no matter the consequences. For a man who built his brand on being smart with money, these scandals cut deep. Instead of looking like the master of wealth, he's starting to look like a man who will slap his name on anything if the check clears. And all of this brings us to his biggest headline yet, the upcoming blockbuster fight, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson, set for 2026.
That guy was doing shit in the ring I'd never seen before. Yo, one time I was like hunkered over and I was like by his hip and he kind of had me in a headlock. The motherfucker opens his glove and puts his hand over my mouth.
Stop you breathing.
So I couldn't breathe. I'd never seen this before. And opposite side of the ref. He knew where the ref was. He knew it covered my mouth. Straight up in the middle of the fight, I'm like, and I get up and I'm like, what the fuck? I just missed 2 breaths. Fact. Smart boxer, you know, that's the guy who's been in the ring ring before. He's smart. He knows his way in and out. No, I got paid. I got paid. Just not in full. Like a couple million somehow that was just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got a fucking jet. What the fuck, dude? I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. I'll see you in court. The art is happening. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you, Floyd. We're coming for your millions and the last of your chain.
They say Floyd signed the contract first, showed up, put his name on the line, and started running his mouth. Mike's reaction? He wasn't flattered, he was pissed. He says he was minding his own business, flying his birds, looking after his kids, when Floyd came at him with trash talk. That pushed a button. Mike's tone here isn't playful. He sounds like a man who takes insults personally and wants to settle it in the ring. For fight fans, the idea of two legends sharing a ring sounds electric. But listen to Mike. This isn't nostalgia for him. He keeps saying, "Stop talking crazy, kick his ass." He makes it clear he thinks Floyd doesn't understand what he signed up for. To Mike, this isn't an exhibition you mess around in. It's a chance to expose the man behind the hype. At the same time, Mike admits the move made business sense for Floyd. He made a good money choice, Mike says. That line cuts both ways. Maybe Floyd picked an easy payday, but he also walked into a matchup with someone who's still dangerous and unpredictable. That tension, money versus pride, showbiz versus legacy, is exactly what makes this fight feel like it could go either.